Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now. No, honey, I was seeing if anybody was going to pay attention. And you were. Congratulations, because I have no idea if you guys are watching this video, other than when you comment. And you like, and you share, and all that stuff, which is exactly what I just did. I sent it out to all of my Twitter followers. Even though I've got like 100,000, I think only 4 of you are paying attention. I have 88,000 people who subscribe to me on Facebook as well. I think only 3 of you there. Not as high engagement numbers there, but everything sounds good now. Everything, you guys happy? You good? Let me go ahead and tell people on Google Plus, and I think there are probably 5 people using it today. Hopefully they're paying attention to my stream, because they are about to find out that we are streaming live once again. Just like we tease it out. If you didn't notice, we let people know about a half hour ahead of time to let you know the URL that you can click on when it is time. You can feel free to like this video, because we appreciate that. And as I do that, I'm going to tell people on Google Plus that we are streaming live. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Welcome to a Friday edition of the LockerGnome Daily Report. There's nothing on my face, although you will see whatever the hell it was in today's vlog. We're going to do something different with the vlog. We've been looking at some analytics to possibly drive up engagement further. Some people may like it, some people may not like it, but you'll have to stay tuned for tonight's edition. I think it will be a welcome change, and I think more people will like what we do, even though I'm sure some people say, no, do the other thing. You can't make everybody happy, and if you try to make everybody happy, you'll just walk away making nobody happy, including yourself. So I am here to make you happy, and that includes talking about today's tech news and the roundups of LockerGnome.com. Let me go ahead and welcome Chris Smith, DFTBA, Bentar, Ed. We also have Area 51, Cool Secret Spy, Volamute. Kevin is also there in the background somewhere. He was wondering what I was doing right before the live stream started. I was trying to fill the channel with stuff because I had to be able to see content on the screen because I've got it zoomed in with all that stuff. Hey, there's Simba and Squirrel and Poimo and Fogarty and Sharpclaw and Yamazaru Ninja. Hail, hail. The gang's all here. Except for the people who aren't. I guess they're not a part of our gang. We got a symbol too. Our symbol is this. That's the geek symbol. The 3-finger salute, which is also short for Control-Alt-Delete. On YouTube, who do we have tuning in? Hedge, Cliff Edge, The Scuttlebutt 10, Unbox Guy HD, the Chink TV, Family 80s. Don't look at me. I'm not the one. That's his name. Actually, maybe it was Chinik. Sorry. That was not. It was just a transposition of the. I apologize for that. IBM ThinkPad R51. Well, like chain link armor, in the fence. It's sorry. That's the username. I just read them as they go. Mac App Reviews 101. We also have Nate Thibodeau, Ryan Peterson, Buckari 8886. It's really hard sometimes to get these usernames across because they smash like 15 words together and then add numbers in between. They're not meant to be read aloud by humans. Or terrorbots. That's right. Okay, so we've got a few things we're going to cover today. But before we jump in to everything, let me go ahead and tell you that we have a sponsor. If you've been tuned in this week, you know that we are currently being sponsored by GoToAssist.com. You should find a link that you can click on in the show notes, in the description. Now, we just got a link today, and it should be included, and if not, we'll make sure it gets added so you can click it. But the idea with GoToAssist, as we've talked about before, is if you manage a lot of computers in your enterprise, or if you work inside of enterprise, you have a lot of computers to manage, you're looking for a better software or service that will help you deal with tens, hundreds, thousands of machines from one location, easy and convenient. GoToAssist is really the only product. I mean, we're not talking about just one computer, right? We're talking about thousands. What are you going to use to manage thousands of computers? GoToAssist. Check it out. GoToAssist.com. You're going to be able to have GoToAssist monitoring, customizable dashboards displaying performance of all networks, all servers, all desktops. Perfect for any IT professional. GoToAssist.com. Click on the Try It Free button so you can try it free right now. Use the promo code Pirillo. And the reason why you'd want to do that is because then they would know that you found out about it through us. So they're supporting us. They're sponsoring our show so that I can do this for you live on YouTube, unless you're not watching it live and you're watching it after the fact. Or, I mean, it still happened. I mean, you're watching this video, obviously, as it's a whole time-space continuum thing that I always get tripped up on when I do live programming. But I just wanted to say that. Thank you, GoToAssist. Great product by Citrix. My email address, chris@pirillo.com. So the headlines we got working from today. Do you need to own a suit to work in technology? No! That's my answer there. Kind of summed up the article there, but we've got some cogent points that we'll share when we get to that point. Logical political decisions. Oxymoron? Oh, I say so. Pushy third-party salespeople in electronic stores need to go. These are subjects of articles that we've linked in this video's description. Check them out. You can read along with me if you want. Gilgamesh and open source filmmaking. This might be an interesting little story. Diablo 3, 12 years in the making. The science of momentum in Portal 2. You guys like playing Portal? This was a triumph. I'm making a note here. Huge success. It's hard to overstate my satisfaction. Okay, I'm done singing that for now. You guys, you got the reference, right? Well, if not, then hopefully you were, I guess, entertained by that little interlude that I did there, singing to you. Try to stay on pitch. It was soothing? Yeah, well, the cake's still a lie, hun. Make no mistake. Speaking of technology, because we really weren't for a moment there. Apologize for that. Won't happen again. Actually, I can't guarantee it won't happen again. It'll probably happen again during this live broadcast. iOS 6, allegedly, Apple is dropping Google Maps. Big deal if you use an iOS device like an iPhone, iPod Touch, an iPad. They're going to be going with their own in-house maps system, which apparently has an incredible 3D mode. This is, I guess, an amalgamation of 3 company acquisitions that Apple has made over time. They're apparently going to roll out their own Maps product instead of relying on Google. That doesn't mean that Google won't ship their own Google Maps to iOS unless Apple changes its API and says that you can only use their mapping system. I've seen other mapping systems used on iOS, so I have no reason to believe that Apple would cut Google off from deploying their own Maps app for iOS, which I've never had a problem with, really. I like the Google Maps app, but Apple wants to control it. And apparently, like I said, this is a game changer for 3D mapping applications based on tried and true technology, like military-grade technology. iOS 6, this could be a big deal for those of you wanting to think about, well, do I go to iOS 6? Do I stick with what I have? Do I go with an iPhone? Do I go with an Android device? Sometimes having a killer app is killer. That's why people have killer apps and why it's not a big deal when, your platform got Angry Birds. Congratulations. That's just great. Now you have a platform. Angry Birds is, great. Yeah, no, it's all you need, really. You can get it anywhere. What's the point? If you can get anything, you can get it anywhere. Apple wants to step it up. So I think this 3D mapping thing might be kind of neat. Certainly be neat to see it on the phone. They're trying to get rid of everything related to Google. Now, the bigger question is, will Google pay enough, or can they pay enough, to outbid Bing for default search in iOS? I think it's a possibility that Apple is probably trying very hard. They're not going to cut off their nose to spite their face. But Google and Apple are seemingly in that race. And every company competes with every other company. I mean, there's no one right way. But like I said, it'll be interesting to see if Bing gets the bid the next time around. And Bing's really not as bad as you think. I mean, especially after the changes Google made this past year with their Panda updates. Search results have been, I would say, less than stellar. I've actually seen more spam from Google in the past year than before they made their changes. I'm just saying, man, I know Google says, oh no, it's less spam. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. But I don't know. I guess I've seen otherwise. So there's that discussion point. Big news story making the rounds on LockerGnome today. What we've shared. And feel free, by the way, if you see any questions, you have any questions, feel free to throw them in. Hopefully we'll have time to cover them in the brief time that we are broadcasting this to you. Thank you, by the way, for the likes of this video. Do you need to own a suit to work in technology? Here's a story that was interesting to me because apparently when Mark Zuckerberg, the only Zuckerberg that anybody knows, do you know Zuckerberg? Other than Mark, maybe Randy kind of, but it's usually Mark. And he went in front of the bankers to talk about, hey, IPO and this is Facebook, but he showed up in a hoodie. And apparently that offended bankers. Well, you know what, bankers? I wore a hoodie. They got a problem with me? No! Shut up and take the money! Who cares if Zuckerberg's wearing a hoodie? He could be buck naked. Facebook's still going to do well at their IPO. In fact, if he really wanted to PO the people, he would have shown up naked. I would have been offended. My core, if I have one, like Tony Stark, it's like right there again. If I had a core, it would be offended if Mark Zuckerberg showed up in a tie because it's not central to his character. Imagine if I sat here in anything other than a t-shirt and a hoodie. Come on. That's not me. That's not Mark. That's not what made Facebook Facebook. I've seen plenty of people wear ties and they're idiots. Just because you dress in a tie doesn't make you smart. Doesn't mean that I'm going to trust you any more or any less. I'm a part of a new generation here, okay? Sorry, new generation, not to be confused with nude generation. That's actually the generation that's coming. Just stay tuned. That's apparently the one coming after Y. It's going to be XXX. That's the progression of things. So we've got this an outline here on the article here on LockerGnome.com. Do you need to own a suit to work in technology? I guess it just depends on what you're doing. Entry level, product development, management, or administrative stuff, executive level. But you know what? I've never had a job where I was forced to. Well, I guess I did. When I was younger, I had to wear a tie to one place that I worked at. It was very bizarre. They made ties. No, actually no. Had to supporting the product thing. No, I never really had a job where I had to wear a tie, and I'm just not a fan of getting dressed up. And you know what? I get my bills paid, and I don't really care what other people think. Is that not obvious by the stuff that I publish and put online? If you like it, you like it. If you like me, you like me. If you want to do business with me, awesome. I can help you with business. That's what I do. I bleed it like Diana bleeds salsa because she's Mexican of heritage and everything, and I'm Italian, so mine's more like pizza sauce. Am I just cracking you up today, or are you just loopy because you didn't get enough sleep? She said my snorting kept her up last night. Apparently I have sinuses. That's how she knows it's time to get up, because I start going... She keeps reaching for the phone like to try to turn it off, and she realizes that is me. It's not an actual... I should make an alarm tone, like I'm just going... And then distribute it online, become a billionaire. People buy the snort tone. Wouldn't that be great? If you're wearing a suit right now, or a tie, to watch this video, take it off, man! Free yourself from the constraints of the tie. You don't need it. One of these days, my arm flailing is going to knock the camera off and the stream's going to go dead. Some would say the stream was dead even before it began. Logical political decisions, oxymoron. Now, here's another great post from Sherman DeForest. I don't think you can make a logical political decision. I really don't. Obama came out was it yesterday, day before, and said that, hey, yeah, same-sex marriage is fine. And you know what? I'm okay with that. I mean, I don't want to go too deeply into political discussions, but I believe that I have no right to tell you what to do with your life. At all. You want to buy a Mac? Buy a Mac. You want to buy a PC? Buy a freaking PC. Buy a PC's brains out. I don't care. It's not my life. If you love somebody else, who's to say you can't do something with them? Who would be so... I don't even have a word for that. Rude, I think, is the word. Rude. Honestly, you tell someone else how to live like that. That's... sanctimonious. Sorry, getting a little hot under the lack of color here. I came out and I said, hey, dude, if people love each other to dedicate their lives to one another, I support that fully. I have no problem with that. And actually, I have a big problem with anybody who would tell other people how they can or should live. Period. End of story. You can have the discussion all you want. You're not going to change my mind. And you know what? You're also stemming the tide because it's inevitable. People are going to love each other. Just saying that. See, I can't. It's illogical. Feelings are illogical. And so much of politics is feelings. And not to put on my virtual tinfoil hat here, but I'm gonna don it for just a second. You know what politics is? Money. If you don't got it, you ain't gonna influence anything. Oh, don't believe me? Oh, what about the whole 1% talk? How many of them, ended up paying the piper? Nah, because they got money. Money makes the rules, guys. Money, that's all. You want to make change? You gotta be able to make change. Money is politics. And there's nothing more illogical than the way the system works. Oh, sure, we're made to believe that our vote counts. Yes, it does, as long as it becomes, one of those votes that is shipped with $1 million. Then it's worth something. It's worth $1 million. Sorry. I'm taking my virtual tinfoil hat off. Logical political discussions, oxymoron. We lay it out in the article. I just want to throw that in there. Because someone out there they made me mad yesterday. And I'm not mad right now. I'm excited because tonight's date night. Even though we got a date last night, we got a date tonight, and then we got a date tomorrow night. If you get 3 dates in a row with your hot wife, you'd be excited too. Why did my voice jump up there? Kind of scared now. Sorry about that, folks. Don't want my hormones to just, But when I came out and started talking politics here online, someone got upset and said, Chris Pirillo, you offended me. And that's exactly how I pictured them saying this on Twitter. You should only be able to talk about technology. Whoa. Beep, beep, beep. Back up the truck here, folks. Just because I like talking about this thing doesn't mean I've revoked my right to be an American citizen. I have opinions, and I do not mind sharing them at all. If you have a problem with that, it's your problem, not mine. So, no citizens' rights are being revoked here. Good try, but you can't shut me up. I am not a victim to the mental box that you've put me in. Just because you think I'm supposed to do that doesn't mean I'm actually going to do it. This mind, my own. It doesn't belong to an institution. It doesn't belong to you. It belongs to me. And I am free to share what's on my mind. That's a part of freedom. The thing that so many people defend with their own lives. That's freedom. Freedom of expression. Freedom of thought. And anybody who would try to strip that away just because I'm a geek, get out! It just bothers me, that's all. People try to, you don't have a right to talk. Oh, really? Ho! Who died and made you king of what's right and what's wrong? I can't talk about politics without just getting off. I'm not angry. I'm not. I am very upset at those people who try to push me down because they believe I'm only this and not that. Not my problem. So let's move along. Talk about something else that should anger you. Pushy third-party salespeople in electronic stores need to go. So what will happen is you go to a third-party superstore, electronic superstore. I don't care what the brand is. Don't name any brands, please. Please. I beg you. And some vendor will come in that they're representing a computer or scanner or cameras, and they approach customers that I may be walking in to get like a flash drive or like a floppy disk. Have any of you ever seen a floppy disk in person? I bet you half the audience hasn't, by the way. Floppy disk, it's the save icon, you see the save icon as a floppy disk. Who uses a floppy disk anymore? I believe it was Hanselman who picked that up on his blog the other day. So, they'll come up to you, and they're pushy. I'm like, dude, I did not come in to want to get pushed to buy your crap. I mean, unless I'm really interested in your crap, in which case I will approach you. But it's BS. that these third-party salespeople are pushing on me. Have you guys felt that? I mean, it's worse than walking into a store saying, yeah, I need to get a new router, and they offer, would you like batteries for that router? I'm like, what router runs on batteries? I mean, it's bad enough that some of these stores don't hire people who are qualified to sell the things that they're selling. When they bring someone in who pitches me, it does upset me. More than politics, I might add. More than politics, really. I don't like pushy salespeople at all. In fact, I've gone out of my way not to buy something from pushy salespeople. It almost happened when we went to get the iPad in the Apple Store, too. Wasn't pushy, he was just annoying. Which, for me to say that someone else is annoying is a big deal. What was the joke he said? What's green and smells like red paint? Green paint. And he kept going. I'm like, I just want the iPad, man. Here, I'll pay you twice. Just zip it. Zip it. He didn't, though. We walked away with the iPad. Anyway, pushy salespeople, we got really, I think, a cogent approach to why this should end. If you believe in the same thing, feel free to take a look. Leave a comment because we appreciate that with any of the articles that we publish on LockerGnome.com, including Gilgamesh and open source filmmaking. This is quite interesting. Talking about a Kickstarter project, apparently. The Tube Open Movie Kickstarter project. It's been pledged fully. So it's actually going to happen here. The crowd funds it. The crowd owns it. Tube is an experimental production of a 3D animated short about the dream and failure of achievement of immortality. Nice. So you can own a film. You can still back it, I think. 4 days to go if you want. We've got more information. You could, of course, look at the Kickstarter page linked on the article itself that we've titled Gilgamesh and Open Source Filmmaking. Diablo 3, 12 years in the making. I've never played it. My parents probably would not like me playing it because it would probably lead to Satan worship. And they're big, Satan worship. Going to YouTube leads to Satan worship.
Is that Satan?
That's Satan. Actually. Is it? Do you laugh at my Satan? You shouldn't laugh at Satan is not funny.
No,
he isn't.
He's serious.
He is very serious. He steals people's medicine. Bad guy, that guy. So Diablo 3 coming around the corner, and we've got some notes about the characters, storyline, and whatnot. If anybody else is excited, I'm sure that Zuhair, who had written up this article, would be interested in hearing from you. All you Diablo fans. Just not one of those. The science of momentum in Portal 2. Interesting to talk about if you are a Portal player, of which I am not. You might be, but this is actually a few scientists appreciated this blog post, and certainly we did as well. John McKinley, or This Damn Scotsman, wrote it up. They did some experimentation with it. So if you're interested in science and Portal 2 and momentum and figuring all this stuff out, we've kind of got a write-up for you. From us to you. You know what that is?
What?
Tatanka. Buffalo. You never saw Dances with Wolves, did you? Sometimes it's just fun to be in the same room because there will be a pop culture reference that comes in. And do you guys catch a pop culture reference in the Avengers at the end? Or not, it wasn't at the end, but Iron Man or Stark, basically. Tony Stark comes up to Thor and says, "Yay, nice look, Point Break." And he was making a reference to what Patrick Swayze looked like in Point Break. And Thor he had a whole Patrick Swayze Point Break look thing going on. So, that was interesting. It was a pop culture reference. And, that's why you have to get involved with what's going on today and yesterday so that when these things happen, they're funny because there's a cultural reference, a touch point through which we might laugh. Any questions here as we round out the what the hell is this? Oh, the LockerGnome Daily Report. So I can get on with my life and my date. No questions? I just love when chat just stops. They don't know what to say.
I bet it's frozen.
It's frozen?
For a minute.
That can't be frozen. Oh, how am I feeling? I'm okay, Hal. Thank you for asking. Kind of a bizarre question. Any questions from the YouTube audience? I'd be more than willing to answer them at this point in time, as long as I haven't answered them before. And unfortunately, the whole Mac versus PC is dead as a doornail. I'm cracking up over here. Thanks for making me laugh. Thank you, Lisa97897. That's not quite a question, but I appreciate the comment nonetheless. Do you have a good Windows machine? Asks MacMan0978. The best Windows machine I have is a Windows virtual machine because it doesn't come installed with all the crap that the OEMs usually put on there. It's just pure Windows. And that's the best form of Windows to have is pure Windows. So the best Windows machine, 9 times out of 10, is a virtual machine. You can install Windows, just Windows, without any crap, on PCs, so long as you have the drivers and support working, for all the hardware that's connected to it. Favorite part of my day, Chris says, the Man of the Future 101, which I almost misread as the Man of Furniture 101, who may be another user. I don't know. Could be. White or black Apple products? You know what? I don't have an opinion on that. I don't really care. I personally like the silver, black products more than I do white products. Some people pass judgment on people who carry white Apple products. I'm not at liberty to discuss who would pass judgment on that. I'm just saying that people do pass judgment on that. What iMac should I buy for college work? Asks Sandy Egyptian. Buy what you can afford, dude. I'd say that for a Mac, a PC, whatever. Buy what you can afford. I would recommend probably the entry-level iMac because, then you can have money left over for other things that college people want to buy. Of course, I'm the kind of guy I love big screen real estate. I'm sitting in front of dual 30-inch monitors. Do you think I'm going to... But what you need is what you can afford. Because you're college, or you're coming into college, and use the money wisely. So, get what you can afford. When did you buy your hybrid? Asks Lordy9099. I did not buy the hybrid. I'm leasing it, so it's officially not mine, and I'm fine with that. In fact, I learned today from a discussion I had with Captain Jack. He's done work with YouTube in the past and is thinking about doing some more work with YouTube. And he said that the new generation of people, possibly those of you in the audience, actually prefers to lease cars or to rent cars, not buy them. So I guess I'm young at heart for believing that as well. That's I'm pretty happy with that. What is my opinion on QuickBooks? Asks Technology Droid. Not a fan. Never was. It's ugly. It's borderline unusable. I prefer to work through accountants. Seth David, one of our Nomies, and we've got a couple of Nomies actually who are QuickBooks experts. If I ever had a problem with that, I would turn to Seth. And Nerd Enterprises takes care of any kind of issue I might have with QuickBooks. So I don't touch it. What happened with TLDR yesterday? You may have to tune in. Well, first of all, we recorded it, and we told you what had happened and why it was late yesterday. But we also mentioned it in the vlog, which will be going up later today after one of my hot dates. Just going to say it's a hot date because it's Diana, and you've all seen her. Hello. Stay home, play Millipede, go out with hot wife. I can have both. Chris, Windows Vista or a shotgun? Asks IBM ThinkPad R51. I'd probably have to go with a shotgun on that, quite honestly. It better, crashes less. Most pointless technology you've ever owned. T-Tom Smith 95. I would say the Chumby. He's kind of neat, but useless. Actually, the Tengu was kind of fun. Where the hell's my Tengu? I think he busted. The Tengu was fun. I did a video on that. Look, go up to YouTube, search for Tengu, Tengu, LockerGnome, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Or Chumby, Chumby, and LockerGnome. So we're rounding out a half hour. Thank you, everybody, for asking questions, tuning in, clicking those links, liking this video. Hello, it's not going to like itself. Well, it might. God, I wish it would. Make things a little easier. Thank you for liking the other videos, including our vlogs. Go watch them. Did you miss one? Go back and watch it. It's not going to hurt you. What's it going to hurt you? What are you going to do tonight? I'm going to go out with my hot wife. Don't pretend you have my life, okay? No, I have a hot wife, really. Maybe you do. Who knows? I do hope you have a good weekend. I do hope you had a good week. And I do hope you've subscribed to the LockerGnome email newsletter. Let me go ahead and round it out here. Again, trying to keep it compact, the discussion tight, and related to the things you guys want to ask or the things we've talked about or the day's headlines or most interesting headlines, at least according to me, and I'm your filter, kind of like a coffee filter. Some people might wonder if I've had too much coffee today. I have not had coffee, just espresso. Let me go ahead and thank our sponsor once again, GoToAssist, for those of you in IT. And I know that there are many of you who are controlling these computers and you're tearing your hair out. You may be bald, but you're probably tearing your eyebrows out because it's frustrating. You work in IT. It can be complicated to keep up with all those systems and running while you keep your users supported. And often the tools you're using just seem to be difficult to use. GoToAssist is easy to use. You don't believe me? Head over to GoToAssist.com. Click the Try It Free button. And then use the promo code Pirillo. That's Pirillo. Check it out. They're a sponsor of our live broadcast here on YouTube, and we appreciate their support and your support as well. Thank you. If nobody's said that to you today, we appreciate you just being you. If you want to join us for a regular conversation, we've got some audio streaming through the live video feed on the other side of my home office, 24 hours a day. Oh, okay. Diana reminded we forgot the Know Me and the YouTube. Make it correct. What do we have? Poimo is the Know Me today. Who's the YouTube today? Ryan Peterson, yay! Sorry, I'm just... Well, people's time. I mean, they're like, half hour, Chris. Come on, dude. I got a life to live. Okay. Not everybody's got our, fancy life where we have $5 dinners. I'm kind of cheap. Aren't I? Frugal is a word I'd prefer to use. So, anyway, back to the whole live video feed. Going to thing. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at live.pirillo.com. Will you later?